So, formal intro, good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to a beginner's guide to the Standard Zone Apocalypse in State of Decay 2. So, last we left off, we were working on setting up our base. I think most of our upgrades are done, theoretically. We'll have to check when we get in there. We have started with our recruiting efforts with Red Talon. I have not farmed for a second recruit, but I'll get to it. Or for a third recruit, rather, I should be. The two essential recruits we should be in good shape for. So, then I recall that we did get the surviving soldiers as our special enclave. And we are crossing our fingers and hoping that the mysterious wandering trader will go on ahead and spawn before us in our session here. Okay.
So, here's some news for you.
Hey, look at that. Right on cue. That is unbelievably fortunate. Okay then. Well, we have our first objective. Where is our mysterious wandering trader? Oh my god, they're like right next to us too. I love it when the game makes things easy for me. Okay, so the mysterious wandering trader will spawn with 2,500 in goods. So we'll go on ahead and we will show you exactly how we are funding the entire game. These are both plague gears. They retail for 500 apiece. So we will be able to offload 5 of them right to her, and see if there's anything that we especially want to purchase. If we do, then we might come back to offload a couple more of those. And then the surviving soldiers do have their next mission for us, so we will hit that next, because surviving soldiers are going to be important. With 36 minutes. Just over 36 minutes before we can be disappointed by Red Talon again. Okay. The surviving soldiers can wait for a minute. A lot of the enclaves, you kind of, and stranded survivors, you do have to prioritize them, because those will go away. The special enclaves are pretty merciful in when you get around to doing the thing. So we definitely have time to hit the mysterious wandering trader first. Who's also here for 4 hours, so there is technically no particular rush to hit that this exact second, which we're going to, because this is what I wished for, and it was gift wrapped for me, so it would be rude to say no. Okay, now with the trader, the mysterious wandering trader, generally, if you drive close enough to the house, you don't even have to get out. It's looking like that's going to be a no. So the next one is right up yonder ways. Let's be adventurous and try to cut corners, and immediately find that that's a cement wall that we can't cut corners with. I tried. I'm the kind of person that generally tends to stick to the road, anyway. Because, though I do like to start my games on Meagher Valley, I do not stay, and I am way more used to playing Cascade Hills, where roads are not optional like they are for Meagher Valley. But no matter. Let's go on ahead and hit the next place here. Squish. Should be just down here, I imagine it's this shed. Which is also going to be a no. So this should be it. What was that? This is a random box here. While I'm trying to stay on task, I admit I'm intrigued. I've never discovered this. Don't interrupt me. Good zombie. You really fail every single time to actually do this correctly. Little bar. I've literally never seen this little suitcase out here. We'll go ahead and get the plague sample while I'm here. Because, no, a poke in the eye would honestly be more useful. Take a slot backpack. There's another one right behind me. We're not leaving without that because plague samples are used for plague cure, bulk plague cure, and a lot of the Zed Hunter stuff. So leaving without that is kind of not really an option. Since I'm already here. Let's pull up. Yeah, so you just have to kind of pull up close to the area, and it'll usually reveal if the mysterious wandering fighter is here. Okay. Too much to hope that she could have been right across from my outpost where I could have gotten stuff much more easily. Okay, trade with enclave.
Okay.
First, do me a favor and take all of this crap. And now let's see what we have. Oh, well. I can't not buy this. It's literally not an option. We'll take that. And we're going to get interrupted by this zombie that I should go on ahead and kill now, because zombies interrupted trading. While Undead Labs did recently make that slightly less annoying, it's still one of the most annoying things in the game.
What do you have to trade? Alright.
Okay. Then, the other thing that we are particularly pointing out the mysterious wandering trader for is that this is where you will get your B50 FP. It is a 1500 influence gum. It is 100% worth it. This is what I use for basically all play cards, at least in the standard zone. It may have to be inventive in the nightmare zone. She does not have a struggle, which is bad. Okay, well, technically I can go and get 2 more of the bulk plague cure and make back. See, theoretically, the aggro range for traders has gotten way better. It hasn't. It was alleged that the friendly NPCs would not go chasing zombies across the world if
I see no more Zeds.
You were trying to trade with them. It was basically pitched that they would only attack if they were actively being attacked. That's not how it works. I know you love the grenade launcher, Bob. I don't know why. Because it causes splash damage and pain. I don't like splash damage and pain. There's usually an ammo rucksack in this little gun shed. So we're gonna go grab 2 more of the bulk plague here to sell to her. But I figured since we were literally right next to an ammo checkpoint area.
I can't carry that much.
Can't in a second. Leave the door. Big bolt. Okay. Then let's just hit the outpost, because that's closer. We'll sell her 2 more bulk plague here and consider our business with her done, even though I am very tempted to get the other. I honestly think there's a broken trekker there. That's a really nice star. I am really tempted to bring a bunch of the plague here and get the B-50 too, because that is a great base gun for the Nightmare Zone. And while I have habitually had spares of that, I don't have anywhere near enough to really... That's the floater. We're not going to hit the floater. I have not habitually hoarded enough of them to really outfit the group with some heavy hitters. So... I'm going ahead and grab a bunch of plague here. Actually, let's see if I could put gas and repair kit in the back. So, put all this nonsense down.
We're surrounded by fucking thieves here! Send help!
Ooh, that might be a freak in the house. That's a freak in the house. That is a free recruit for us if we do that. We'll have 15 minutes to go for it. There is a freak in the house on the opposite side of the universe, but we'll just head straight there because the surviving soldiers will give us a chance. The freak in the house is a 15-minute timer. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab 5 more of these. That should be right. Sorry. I was tasked with, my dropping frames. Ugh. Well, God only knows why that is. Might be forced to turn the AC on in here. It's about 1,000 degrees here today. Tell me if the frame drop is continuing or if it's hopefully just a little spike, because that's gonna be something fun for me to try to figure out. We don't care, bloater. Not today. Wow. This is why I stick to the road, because I cannot be trusted to off-road, especially at night. If this was during the day, it would be one thing, but... me just driving off into the distance at night, basically only bad things can happen. Okay, so we'll head...
Let me see what you got. Okay.
Please give me your other B-50.
A lot of stuff to carry.
And up. That leaves us, yeah. Okay, so that, we did well there. Put the B-50 in the trunk because it weighs a billion pounds. Okay, let's hit the freak in the house because that's on a timer and that is a free recruit for us. Not to worry, we will not be stopping for a beer, we won't be stopping for anything, but we might need to pop outpost somewhere out there to get gas, because I only have one spare can with me. Okay, so they are very literally on the other side of the universe from us, but we'll get there with plenty of time if we go now. We do. Finding out how to prioritize in this game is also something that is going to save a lot of time. But, you know, one of the mistakes I made early on, which is not knowing how the game works, is that you would think that there would be long periods of time for just peaceful, relaxed looting. You would be incorrect about that. You are almost certainly going to have things to do most of the time, and most of the time it is worth your while to do it. With the freak in the house enclave call, doing this for them will grant me immediate... You're going to have to wait, Portia. I would stop, really, I would, but... if I stop to help you, there is no way we make this. Thanks, Skinny Fox, to the roadblock. What we should do is bust out the survey car. We might try to do that this episode, just get the survey car out and actually put the map, mark the map out. So, if Portia's thing is still there, we'll do that on the way back, and then we'll hit the select soldiers. I don't actually have a follower with me, so if there is somebody from among the gleaners that I like, we will be able to just snap them up right away. You know, technically the boombox is just precaution, but you know that. I like precaution. Because I'm going to get 6 shots off with the B-50 FG much faster than there will be time for too much trouble to spawn. Okay, so this always spawns a feral, and I'm damn near out of gas, but unfortunately for me, I can't run over ferals anymore, so it doesn't really matter that much. Okay, is it in here or on the other side? It's on the other side. Yeah, it's right there. Okay.
I got more than enough for you fuckers!
Just hang on.
Okay. There's the feral. Oh, come on. You can't tell me that didn't run you over. Son, grab the front of my car like an idiot. That'll do. Actually, I'm probably gonna lose the door there.
There goes the door.
Fuck! The sun's got its side!
Okay. Let's pull back here. Gunslinger. Amazing. Okay, I don't actually want to be out here fighting this solo, so... Yeah, I really cannot state that, enough. We got one more coming in here. Guys. Can I say no to that?
Shoot that loader before it gets too close. Keep fighting! We aren't done yet!
Anybody else? One more over here.
Yeah, like shooting fish in a barrel. Dead fish, I guess. Fucking thanks.
Sure thing.
Now I need to actually get rid of this throw. Okay, so we are getting extra beds from Susan. Learn about Susan. Susan has cooking and cannot even be proficient. Out, that was out. What was the last one? I think it was a female character. Yeah.
Hey.
Learn about survivors. He has nothing. Two great. Extremely average stats, but she has nothing but shooting, kind of. Yeah, let's go ahead and take, go with Asifa as pronunciation.
Hey, stranger.
We don't have space for a lot of new people, but we do need someone like you.
And we'll catch her right away and then we'll follow her. Because I do have textbooks for the skills that I want. Okay, ambient gold,
Roger that. I'll do it.
survivor in need. I'm going to need to fix the car. Because that's a whole lot of, bad. It's a whole lot of bad news to not have a driver's side door. I was really hoping the Pharaoh would grab the hood and not my door, so I was out of position for that. So we'll go ahead and refuel. And hit the scattered survivor. And then we will head to survive the soldiers, and upside for us, we're getting daylight back, so very soon my off-roading adventures won't be a complete travesty. I consciously have to remind myself that it is totally feasible to off-road. on Meagher Valley because I'm just so used to just sticking to the roads. The first 2 times I played the game, I played on Drucker County. And I don't see myself going back to Drucker County, just because I don't especially care for the mid-tier bases, and for my money, the Container Force on Cascade Hills is the best final base. And I don't think that that's up for debate if you're working on self-sustaining, which is what we are setting up. And then, like I said, I spend a lot of time on Cascade Hills, too, and both of those have very deep gorges and dips and rock faces and things that are very unfriendly to cars. So she's at the barn, right over there. Hopefully that'll still be active. We were pretty efficient with that. I was hoping that I could just squish the Feral, because before I understood the magic of Gunslinger, it was either to run the Feral over or be where the Feral isn't, as the available choices. So that should be right up here.
Don't shoot, it's me.
Yeah, I know. You called me, remember? How was it?
Thanks for tracking me down.
Okay, Portia got separated from her group. That's good news for us.
Nice. I say you can never have enough ammo on hand.
And she has gardening. So, Portia could potentially be replacing our recruit from last session. You are going like right down the road. There's no point in wasting gas, basically. We'll back down the road just for fun, but because this is going to be an infestation.
That's the place.
There we go. It's spawned in now. Okay, let's make a mess.
I got zombies on multiple approaches. Closing in.
Where's the screamer here?
Hell. Oh God. Is anyone still alive?
One. Turn the back.
I guess we'll try to make the best of whatever comes. What the hell? Where did everybody go?
I have no idea.
And yes, we will go on ahead and recruit Portia too. Okay, let's take these two home.
Our community.
And we'll keep our new girl with us as a follower, and then head to the surviving soldiers, and then we actually need to take these two and train them up a bit, and see what we're working with. As soon as we get in, we'll actually look at their traits and make sure they're not too problematic. Because there are certain personality traits that I consider to be a deal breaker. But before we deal with any of that, we will take a look at their traits. If we're lucky, their traits are favorable. If we're not, then
Maybe we're not gonna die after all.
we'll see what happens with their shooting, because one of the things I learned, like, sometime I should introduce you all to Yamakaze. She is my curator who holds all of my wealth between my games. Yamakaze was my first Gunslinger warlord, and it just so happened that it was the 4th game I played. And at that point, it had just become too ineffective to keep continuously transferring absolutely everything. So she ended up just staying with me. I'm fond of her.
Heads up. Horde approaching.
But she's also incredibly problematic. She has a lot of negative conflict-causing traits. But what she taught me is that if you're a gunslinger, you can get away with damn near anything. If you're a gunslinger, I will pretty much allow you to be as problematic as you want and just make up the morale other places. If you are not a gunslinger and you're a problem, then don't expect that you'll be staying for long. Okay. So we'll drop Portia off, get another one of those, we'll get two of these, because the van's almost empty. And if I can, I think I'll put that, no, let's take it with us, and swap it over here for excess resources, put the B-50 away, and refuel. Now let's just see what we're dealing with here. And then hit the surviving soldiers, hopefully before that gets killed now.
You're gonna like it here, I promise.
Thanks. It's good to be part of the team.
Okay. So, I will remember my buttons. Our new potential gardener is irritable, which is going to be great since we're already going to be running with at least 3 Red Talon operatives. But I don't... Oh, and I have Kaylee. This is great. Kaylee is arguably the problem child, because I'm used to dealing with people who are irritable. But Kaylee annoys irritable people. And then Asifa
Good work, people.
has nothing going against her. Okay, cool. Asifa is probably going to get that as done. Then we'll have to train up Portia and see what her shooting is like, but Krista is almost certainly, like I said, Krista was a placeholder. Okay.
Will do.
Surviving soldiers. This will be a sensitive matter. There is a way to cheese this, but we're going to do it properly. I'll tell you exactly how we can get around it. They're in the market. Yeah, okay. You can cheese this to keep the gun, but we're going to do it legitimately because I want to progress their story. So, either it's a cheese to keep the gun or a mistake that you shouldn't make. But I think, like, the first thing we're probably going to worry about between, because we have a potential gardener, we're looking between mechanics and medicine. And medicine is going to be the big picture, as it were. Since auto mechanics is for show and tell about how you two can get wonderful Apocalypse upgraded vehicles that are extremely durable. And of course, so that I can make some upgrade kits to send back to Yamakaze so that she can hold on to them for my future game. We have to deal with these infestations too that are popping up, which
That's
have
right,
to go on.
Tommy. Don't mind us.
Okay. And Nicholson is starting to lose the tubes. Oh, how did I not see this get dropped last time? Well, gimme. Bullets are great. I love having bullets. Okay, beat stuff.
Okay, here's the thing.
So, when we abandoned our last home, some of us didn't make it. We used your help recovering something that got left behind.
Thanks.
Okie dokie. Then Eliza wants to come with us,
I'm probably gonna regret this.
Of course.
so she can. And we're going right now. Okay, can do. And then that should draw us even. And we'll be able to actually work on shooting specialty for a second. You guys can see how I do that. I do it a very simple way that takes advantage of, principally the Warlord boon, which gives me, I think, 200 rounds of 5.56 out of the gate. We test for gunslingers.
Finally.
Okay. So, this is our zone. We can get away with this on standard zone because zombies are super squishy and cars are super strong. But there's a lot of extra noise around here that I'm not thrilled about, so... Just going to go on ahead, and that's one of the, that's one of the bodies that we'll have to search. And that's the other one. Okay, so we actually got all of the, bodies dragged out.
I can't do this, I'm sorry.
Here's a prepper's AK. That's sad. If I wasn't really kind of counting on, this to work out for me, for our work group, I would definitely want to keep this. Okay, so, take that part. And it is rarely on the bodies, but we'll check it out anyway. Okay, yeah, we'll be in the house. And the first thing we'll do is look for the cardboard box. It's kind of a tell.
But there's good stuff in this place.
Oftentimes we'll just put it in there. Now, the way that you can kind of cheese this is if you turn this into an outpost, for some reason it breaks the quest. Because the last thing that we are tasked with doing is taking the gun back to the surviving soldiers. Be gone with you. And make inventory space.
I'm down to my last magazine here.
So if you turn this into an outpost, they just it breaks the quest and they just forget about it and you can keep it.
Another waste of time.
But as I said, since we are counting on them as allies for a recruitment opportunity.
That's it for this place, I guess.
Not. Right here, yep, there's the telltale cardboard box that I said was almost certainly going to be here with what we needed.
This is perfect.
Hey, listen up.
Okay, Eliza.
Stay safe.
Take care of yourself. We'll be seeing you again. Here. Take our follower, drop this off. Then give you shooting specialty. Another bloater, blessedly not in the middle of the road, always appreciated. Is we come right now. Drop off the Decay and complete this.
What's up? Yes, it was awful. But we can't let it interfere with the mission.
Okay, there you go. Right, let's head back. I'm sure we'll get another couple of pop-ups here, but we can put Nicholson on cooldown and take our new recruits shooting for a moment. Actually, no, let's stop and get that infestation before we head back. Juggernaut.
Spotted a juggernaut.
We are ignoring the Juggernaut. It's just not close enough to be a problem. It's gonna be so annoying to me when I can't just use my car as a battering ram for everything. And I transferred in a ton of vehicle repair kits. Am I actually in the house? Honestly, kind of rare. No. Magical self-cleaning infestation. Gotcha. That is a weird little bug that happens in this game time to time. Sometimes the infestation just decides that maybe it wasn't serious after all and just leaves. I do have a theory about maybe what causes that. Because a lot of times the infestation zombies will spawn outside of the building. I'm wondering if it leaves the building marked as an infestation, but all of the attached zombies just kind of wander on to other things, so when you actually approach the building it doesn't count as infected anymore. Okay, so we'll refill Vendito and be ready for our objectives. Take our new ladies shooting. And then head back to that cul-de-sac that we're working on looting. So, go ahead and lose fuel. We're going to lose a little bit of fuel doing this, but it's easier to just have the full tank for when we're ready to head out. This goes over here. We're gonna have to get ourselves some storage vehicles, because we're running out of space here. Put another one of those in the trunk.
Great people, great
And reload. Okay, let's go
Something
ahead.
on your mind?
The way.
Switch
See you later.
to Smith Nicholson so that she can rest up, and then if I'm super lucky, Portia is still outside, so
Hey,
I'll get
let's
you
go.
to follow me.
Safety
We'll get
numbers,
you
right?
both outfitted and take these two out for a little bit of a spin. First thing first, equip with this weapon. Please, thank you. Now, because we're working on these two for their shooting specialty, we are going to be equipping them with the X36C. It is an integrally suppressed 5.56 rifle. Nice big fat bullets.
what do you need? Lead on.
Put the extraneous garbage down. Get you outfitted. Which makes it extremely ideal when you're testing for new gunslingers. Always make sure that everybody has meds. I mean, you were the one that didn't have anything in shooting, right? So we have to get an extra stack just to take that up.
Something on your mind? After you.
Switch here. And not waste even a single second on this.
Our team needs to expand, and you have the talent we're looking for. Any chance of recruiting from Red Talon?
Absolutely. We have a nearby agent who will respond shortly to your request.
That'll probably be down by the gas station.
I heard you needed some help. Well, I'm on the job.
Fireplace. Okay. And that is a failure. Down there. Just tell this idiot that we don't want him, and maybe shoot zombies right in that area. Ugh, this is why I always cheese. I always cheese this because it is so annoying otherwise with a 40-minute cooldown. Like, I don't know if you guys will be interested in seeing the dashboard simulator, or maybe I'll do it off stream and just get the workers we're looking for. Because I appreciate that they changed things so that you can reject recruits and get all of your prestige back. I do not appreciate the fact that that comes with a 40-minute cooldown when you just kind of want to play.
Hey, how's it
Okay.
going?
You.
Hi.
Okay.
No.
Your call.
Okay, let's get into some trouble right around here by the outpost. It's good a place as any. Probably get that floater in the play cord if they don't see us. Please don't block my view. There's another floater right there. So just say no to that nonsense. She shouldn't take too long, because I think she was at 6 stars when we got her, yeah? Yeah. So we'll be able to get her done pretty easily. It's our other friend that is going to take a minute. With... Yeah, there we go. Am I lucky? I am lucky. Perfect. The FIFA will be our medic.
What do you need? I got your back.
Okay, Portia, you're up. Always forget to switch.
Well, I guess things maybe aren't all bad.
Well, Krista, things are about to be worse for you. You just don't quite know it yet. Yeah, there should be materials here, because the other thing we're probably going to do this episode is get to our interim base.
From what I hear, this blood plague may hurt us worse than the Zeds. Now, before the pullout, the army had
Get that.
labs creating a cure. In their absence, Red Talon's working hard to finish the job. We won't let you down.
Trouble, trouble anywhere. At least it's comforting to know that when we hit the Nightmare Zone, it's never going to be a situation
You're so
where,
thick and wet.
looking in
I almost
every
feel like I'm
direction,
underwater.
I don't see zombies. That was a good thought. Lemza. Yay.
Crap, that zombie's a plague carrier.
What else is going on around here? That's not Juggernaut. Nothing much. Okay, there should be another few just up the road. And the good news is that this will get these two their first couple stars in cardio, too. Because ultimately, we're going to be thinking about, you know, maxing out skills. Like, that's just a must. I guess there's more ways than I need to be taking that shot from. Because we want everybody who is heading to the Nightmare Zone to be very, very strong. So the small, weak new ones are getting a chance to hone their skills in relative peace and safety. Whereas the biggest problem...
Anybody listening out there? I could use a hand.
Okay, so somebody actually needs help, so... that might give us some things to shoot at, too. Where's that at? That's right across the street. Okay, we'll just leave the van where it is, too. Because it's not far. Again, in the interests of training these new ladies.
Knock knock. Guess who?
Why on earth are you all the way over there now? Are you coming this way? I hate it when the game does that. That is one of the things that does happen. I just play this game a lot, Bob. I am owed my gunslingers by this game, because I have sunk hundreds and hundreds of hours into playing it. Of course, if Portia rolls with Gunslinger 2, then we can definitely get rid of Krista. It's going to be quite a thing. Okay. Are you actually over here? You are.
Could use a hand over here. Can you spare someone?
Okay. Remnants have work for us. Okay, Tammy. On your way to Scavenger's place. Go for it. Wow, there is... those zombies had to have just spawned on us. Okay, Tammy.
Okay, great.
Do the thing. We'll go on ahead and scavenge too. Actually, we better not do that. Wait till this is over.
Let's keep our distance, so that screamer doesn't call its friends.
Where's the screamer? Screamer's over there.
Screamer over there.
More action from the front. That's not going to do, because you are an armored zombie. I cannot shoot you in the head if you're an armored zombie. Or at least not in one bullet. This direction. Kill it.
I think I've tracked the person who found my mate to a few possible places.
Wow, that wasn't so hard. Sorry, buddy, a little busy.
Nope, damn it. Tell me, gunslinger? Gunslinging. See, the game is actually doing me a disservice now, making it seem like this is hard to get. I've been stupidly lucky. Okay.
Thank you. Hey, I want you to have this. I don't suppose you know of any groups looking for new recruits?
What do you have, Tammy? Tammy has painting. I don't honestly have a spot in this community. Normally I would, but...
Fine.
Sorry, Tammy. I would love... because I'm pretty sure that is a morale bonus.
Yep,
But,
that's heavy enough.
this team is so heavily... planned out. Including the extra Red Talon agents. We just really don't have the space. Like, normally I love morale bonus and influence bonus skills, but we just are. This is so carefully planned that there really isn't much wiggle room. Okay, somewhere in here, there is one more box we need to have. There it is.
Nothing more to find here.
Okay, so we need to fix Portia's gun. But we're going to hit... Actually, there should be materials here, and materials in the shed. Because at this point, there is really nothing chaining us.
There, listen up. Sounds like this place may have what we need.
What place has what we need to know, so?
And the day gets a little better.
Because we're going to need more materials. To actually set up our place. So that's materials. That should have gone dark. Why did that not go dark? Is there another box that I can see? No? Any reason that you're not marking that off as search? I don't appreciate it. Yeah, for some reason the game is not marking my areas off as search. So there, get the materials out of this shed, and do this thing for the remnants. Are looking for plague samples down there. That is a long way out, but I'll have to get that bloater. I do see it. Fortunately, bloaters are very slow.
Better
But I'm
take
not.
down that bloater before I'm sucking fumes. That's not opening.
No,
That's a no-go.
open.
No more zombies in sight.
Smash that in. Then I guess we should probably go deal with the remnant quest, honestly. And since this is the proper game now, they will be 3 plague samples. So just drop this for a second so I can pick this up so that I can drop that. Nonsense I just don't want mark. Okay. Let's take this all back. And then we do have a couple of orders of business before we head out again. We'll probably swap back to Feral.
Spotted a feral. Damn.
Fuck off. Can't say that I'm sorry to be back playing in regular State of Decay, where ferals don't have blood plague and can be killed with one headshot. Slightly less convenient than the days where I could just run them over, but still. So if I could save dump this. Nope. While you're done and reload. Thank you.
What do you need?
Take the rucksack from the base. And set that down. Then, you all know what this means. I told you all that Krista was with us on an extremely limited basis. And, dear Krista has, reached the end of her use. There we go. Mark Krista for exile, because dear Krista has been upgraded. We now have Portia. Actually, we're gonna go on ahead and wait, because, she can at the very least be fodder, and we better,
We've got Zeds trying to take our base apart.
I just wanted to repair that, please.
We've got this. Don't give up.
Where is that? There's a juggernaut. We're actually gonna need more ammo for that, too. Okay. Let's deal with this. I don't know where that juggernaut is, but it's close enough for me to hear it screaming, so...
Not now.
Boy. There he comes. Okay. Lords and ladies, we have ourselves a juggernaut fight. Okay, now things that you should know about juggernauts. Please move.
Not good.
Juggernauts cannot fit into buildings. They have extreme trouble with banking turns.
We made it through. Nice work, everyone.
So if you can just kind of dance around structures like this, you'll be in good shape. Okay, Krista. Oh, I actually need to cancel the exile for a second.
Good luck.
Just for a second, because she actually has gear. Glad I actually saw that. Give me all of my stuff back.
What do you need?
You're the boss.
Yes, switch. And now, we can get rid of Krista.
Huh?
We've made a decision. You have to go.
Fuck you, buddy. Fuck all of you. You'll regret this.
I'm afraid I probably won't, Krista. Okay, then I needed to switch. What do you get? Get facility action speed. It's useless, but that's okay. But I need to switch back to Portia for a moment, because her RTX blade is breaking. One head out. See that? Okay, stack. And then Nicholson is right here.
Can I get a hand?
Lead the way.
And we'll
Take
switch
care on this one.
because we're going to
Right,
do
I should get
her
on that.
mission. But we need 3 flight samples. Okay. So... Okay, that's actually pretty convenient. But we might have to hurry depending on if the remnants start getting impatient, because we had to deal with the... Actually, you know what else I want to do really fast? Because we will likely not come straight back here. I'd like to move this. Come ahead and give me the gas can. Alright, we're going to take a quick journey and wipe out this gigantic horde that is squarely in the way. And we're gonna go get the truck, because the truck can be used as storage, and it's only going to get more inconvenient to retrieve it if we don't go move it up to the parking space now.
Are you still taking care of that thing we discussed?
And then we have to do remnants first. Okay. This will probably take 2 cans of gas with us. But this can be used for storage, and we'll be able to grab a couple of things from the area where the mace quest goes. I'll put it in the parking space, because anything that is in a parking space will come with us automatically to our new base. So... we're just going to choose to be efficient about it here, and get this in position. Now, we need 2 cans of gas, please. And to move the rucksacks. Oh wow, I didn't even get the stuff out of here? That's sloppier than I usually am. Oh yeah, it's because I brought rucksacks with me. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha. All caught up. And then we'll have to hit the remnants first, because they're starting to get impatient. Dang it. The good news is that Nicholson did rest long enough for her to recover from the fatigue that was starting to set in, so... Okay. Remnants.
On my way.
We will switch that there so that they know that we are coming, because that will buy us a little more time. Hey, Portia, come on. This is, however, on the other side of the universe, so I do hope that we have enough time to get over there before it just cancels. Because it is very far away.
Hey guys, we could use some assistance over here.
sometimes it feels like getting anything done that I want to get done is almost impossible because of how much stuff there is for me to do at any given time. Like, for instance, by the time we've delivered these plague samples to Mike, the quest for Ted is going to be in critical status. Which means that we're going to drive all the way back across the map, only to drive halfway across the map to go do Nicholson's thing, by which time I'm sure something else will have popped up to distract me. But that's why we took 2 gas cans. I still need to take the survey vehicle and actually put the map markers out.
Your help to find them.
Oh my goodness. Well, at least we don't suffer from a lack of things to do. Okay, so we are going to hightail it, drop these off, not stop for materials like I wanted to, see if we can do Nicholson's thing for her mace before the other group is getting impatient on us. Motherfucker. That wasn't family friendly. My apologies. That is what we call a pop-in, where I have been traveling fast enough that the game has not caught up to the fact.
I had some extra time on my hands, so I scavenged a couple of things.
The game has not had time to render in the environment because of how fast I was going,
From plague zombies before
which means that
Alright,
I believe
strangers, let's meet up. We need to talk.
good grief. What I believe the case is that that bloater was physically in the world, but it had not rendered because of the speed that I was traveling. And as a result, by the time the game had caught up to my speed, I was on top of a bloater with no time to do anything about it.
Zombies cluster in these areas.
Oh, hey, this is the gunshot isn't actually the thing this time. We don't care about that. Portia, I'm gonna keep for a second.
Hey there.
Not you. No, but
I appreciate
give blood samples.
Sure thing.
that. Get dead, okay?
Oh my god, we're that close to the fucking... No, Portia, no, Portia. We're not here for that. Generally, the AI followers are actually pretty good. I like to have them with me. Because they do help a lot. There are 2 things that the AI is terrible about, though. Bloater clouds and plague hearts. Just by parking near the plague heart,
At times like this,
we were looking at, Portia walking in.
guess who?
Cammy, I don't have time. I want to help you, really I do. But you're, like, we have a high volume of calls right now. Your call will be answered in the order that it was received, which is 4th, currently. Along with the thing that we're here to do for Nicholson. Before we drive all the way back across the world to go deal with Ted. To see what they want on the way. Put gas in the car too, but we should be able to get close to our stop here. Okay.
Hey, I've arrived. Time to work.
So this is the first quest. Now with this quest, we're looking for a body. The only thing that's kind of inconvenient about this is that you do have to, like, really look. We're sure as we're losing life, which is better than the last time I had this particular quest line pop up.
Anybody here? Better look elsewhere.
Okay, so it's telling us outright this is not the right place. So then, right across the street. Okay, we do have some attention.
Ew.
Oh, company.
Not so fast now, are you?
Gain some distance. Point, check, shoot. Nice and simple. There's our friend here. This will be the end of Nicholson's personal quest line.
All right, I found it. I wish my son could see this. But as long as I carry that mace, I suppose he's here protecting me.
Okay, then... Often there are materials here. Because the goal here is to move. We would like to move within the next 45 minutes before I sign out. So, it would be that one, too. We are probably not moving today, going to be my guess. Since they rolled the whole new base, that's as inconvenient as it possibly could have been.
I'll be there shortly.
Much appreciated.
And if this doesn't spawn all the way down on South Street, I will be amazed. Because that's kind of the way these have been popping up. So a whole new base is going to relocate to that enclave, but before they can move, there's an infestation of the place they've chosen. Now you could argue that they could have easily chosen any of the dozens and dozens of buildings that aren't actively infested. But why would we do that when we could make it difficult for me? So we'll head all the way back across. Figure out where they want us to go. Like I said, like I guarantee it's the other side of the world again, because that's how these quests are popping up. And then these surviving soldiers have their thing that they need to do. But that gets shuttled until last priority, well, slightly ahead of the mysterious broadcast, which I do want to do, but we have so much else going on that is on a time base. So we kind of just have to ignore that one. Don't hit the bloater. Thank you for rendering the bloater with time for me to react to it. Much appreciated. Okay, so we'll see where these guys want to go, and then we'll try to hit these surviving soldiers. Like I said, that's a special enclave, so they're going to be generally pretty forgiving in the amount of time that is given to you for that. Okay.
Yo, come on in. Hello there.
Not very. Dead.
Good answer. Keep your wits about you. All right, my friend?
Oh, that's actually not bad. Which is actually a miracle. And with our last remaining bit of light, we will take the opportunity for a little bit of off-roading. Cut the corner here and be able to get started on this. Are they actually inside? How about when we make them not inside? Now, this is a beginner's trick. You can't do this in the Nightmare Zone because your vehicle is made of styrofoam, but
That would be a freak.
in this zone, in the Standard Zone, an easy way to save on bullets and any real threat of combat is to simply do this. Let's shut that screamer up though, he's not jumping out like I hoped. Alright, let's go get that screamer. That's gonna be most of them dead.
We've got these infestations handled. Well,
Okay,
that's
check.
taken care of.
I'm really in your debt.
Sure thing.
And that's actually right by the surviving soldiers, too. Although we're gonna grab the 2 bags of materials here. Because we're going to need it to upgrade the base.
Zombies before I really get sick.
Portia has a pretty high degree of infection now. That's
No more hordes
regrettable.
of slaughtering undead. Must be our lucky day.
Take advantage of the new feature with Interact.
Better than a poke in the eye.
Hello Ford, hello John, follow. Forgive my vision while I see this. I didn't actually get a chance to play the first one yet. I came into it at 2, so I don't know that there's much to compare. Just because I don't know what was available in the first one. So, as 2 goes though, it is a lot of fun, and recently they actually did just introduce the Choose Your Own Apocalypse update, which is going to make things significantly harder if you're among the crowd who has found the game to be too easy. But I'm here running the Standard Zone for about my millionth time, because one of the things that I heard said a lot when Choose Your Own Apocalypse was introduced was that a lot of people were struggling with the solo experience just in the Standard Zone. So I figured I would try to do a relatively... another game. 64%, you're not that bad. A lot of people said that the Standard Zone was too difficult for them and they were really having a problem with it. What is that weird circle that they do? So, I figured the first thing I would do if I was going to start learning State of Decay was just to do a quick beginner's guide on negotiating Standard Zone. We are here with one of my legacy characters at the moment. Let's not plunge into that. Hopefully he'll turn around before he gets over to our next stop. He should. I've never been chased that far.
We got a zombie on the way.
Okay. See if they feel like turning around. Survey says, did they get bored? Maybe? Not right, dang it. hitboxes. One way to solve it. Okay, so surviving soldiers did have a mission here, so we're gonna hit that.
Here's the thing. I don't care what it takes. You get this done. Got it?
I need to go find Eliza.
We might want to share some of our good fortune with our neighbors.
Need more trader stuff. Well, actually, if we have a trader, that's actually pretty decent, because one of the things we'll want heading into the Nightmare Zone is a... the exploit's getting weak. Is a trade depot. Okay, so for this particular enclave errand, there isn't really any fighting to be done. And this will bring us, I think this is the second to last, either second to last or third to last step before the surviving soldiers are formally allied with us. And there'll be another bag of materials in this shed. We'll do this and hopefully we can actually go move. Then, if we can get just the least bit of a break.
You gotta hear this.
Okay. So, we can do this a number of ways. The way that I prefer to do it is the first option, which is just to convince her to go home. Because I don't know if you can just recruit her. She's one of the two that I would recruit.
Come on. Let's get you home.
Actually, I have to look for her.
Why not?
But it's easier just to do the entire quest line and then get your pick of the three, because there were two of the three that were pretty good potential candidates. But if you just treat her with some kindness, she will just go home. Using out of circuitry. You'd be using that.
Wow, this is useful.
Okay, so
That's pretty heavy.
just go ahead and do that, and then we should be able to just creep out of here without doing any more fighting.
Something on your mind?
Get everybody away from the door. Drop her off, and then we'll be moving to our interim base, which is the last base that we'll be on before we head over to Cascade Hills down the line. We have many peg hearts and stuff to farm for samples before we do that, but we can at least get into our interim base, and that's the reason that we start in Meagher Valley, is because of all of the maps. I feel that the intermediate bases on Meagher Valley have the most to offer. For my money, I like the police station.
Thank you.
Sure thing.
Easy. Be
You're
nice.
not wrong, but times like these don't give us much room for emotions.
Well, still, she's had a hard time. Be nice. Okay. Then there is that infestation over there. We're not going to worry about it. But for my money, the police station is where I like to be. Because I have the ammo presses from my previous games with me, but if you are starting this new, one of the major limitations that you can run into is with ammo. And the police station will allow you to make at least basic ammo. It'll let you make 9mm, 12 gauge, and I think 45, maybe? But you're going to find a 9mm gun and a shotgun pretty regularly. So if one of the main sources of concern is just having enough bullets for the zombies, the police station is a great place to live. Nice of that bloater to both render and stay out the middle of the road. But there are other decent intermediate bases, but looking at it just from a resource standpoint, remember one of the things we're doing here is working on setting up a self-sustaining build. Just knowing where your bullets are coming from until you find a trader that has the ammo presses to make nicer ammunition, there's really something to be said for that. And if you get the Ultimate Edition, one of your well, actually two of them, of the ranged supply drops, there's an automatic shotgun and a 9mm assault rifle. And you can make bullets for those to your heart's content if you come to live here. And as I have said previously, I tend to do a lot of shooting. So knowing where my bullets is coming from is important.
That felt good.
Get rid of them. Get this cleared out, and then we'll be able to hopefully... Oh, there's actually quite a few of you guys in here. Okay, now, one just note as I'm going through here, clearing this out. Generally, if you're looking to do the execution kills, you need to be behind the zombie to do it. The exception to that is if you have somebody who is a master of swordplay. Swordplay master can just do the execution to the front. And it saves a lot on your weapon durability. So learning how to dodge through zombies and just get in behind them is going to save you a lot on your weapon durability, and it's also safer in a lot of cases if there's...
If I'm not careful.
I know you're hurting, but you're fine and you're going to rest soon.
Looking good. No more Zeds here.
Okay, we're good. So, for the price of 1,000 influence, you can come live in a place where bullets aren't a problem. Okay, now, first things first, let's get Porto resting.
Take care.
Since she's wiping. And then, the first thing that you want to do in this base is a comfort upgrade to reduce the morale penalty. To remove the morale penalty you take from the beds. And then the other thing that we should do
When I was a boy, mainland America seemed like a dream.
is get my infirmary going so that we get the passive infection reduction going. Now the things that this come with, you get your watchtower, which does cost 1 ammo to use per day, but it's pretty helpful. This is the police armory that I told you about, which is why I like to live here, just out of habit. It would allow you to produce 9mm, 45, and 12 gauge. If you have the Ultimate Edition, like I said, 2 of the weapons you get fire 9mm and 12 gauge. Then you can also make flashbangs and smoke grenades here. Okay, so at this point, our infestation situation is starting to get a little out of hand. We're gonna have to go deal with that. Just throw a mark on that.
Construction's complete. Good job, everyone.
Upgrade immediately. And then we'll give it 3 minutes here to get our next couple of things going, and then we're gonna go hit those infestations. I think should probably be our next thing. No. put that away until I install the workshop.
I'm down to my last magazine here.
Get that going. And then we should be able to move a couple of rucksacks that we got. I think we must be able to. It's okay. Move this over one because I like parking this one. And then we'll get the workshop up. We do have the Red Talon workshop. And it can do the work on fixing that other RTX blade. Don't get stuck on things. Okay. Actually, probably get that in there because those are both full. So, yeah, just one can of gas will do.
We either need to build more storage, use up some supplies, or watch the excess walk away.
Here, delete square. Okay, so. Get my workshop up, please. No, we actually have enough beds for now, so let's get our garden going. Then let's find the seafood. Perfect.
Follow me. I've got something that needs doing.
And let's go get started on those infestations while they're building. Nicholson is a little banged up, but she should be fine. Summary 2 upgrade is complete. That should let us start. Okay. We need to upgrade storage next. I forgot to do that.
Quietly now. We've got zombies around.
The Red Talon workshop is up. That theoretically might mean that we have... How can I? Oh, that already has that. We don't need to worry about that. They're describing about materials. Don't have the labor for it. Okay, we gotta wait for a second. We'll be on our way and we'll hit the infestations. Because at the point that you have 3 active infestations, your community's morale will start to decline. And it's also easier to just kind of stay on top of it as it comes and not need to worry about it when there's plenty infestations on the map.
I wonder if that's actually blood I'm tasting in the air.
Okay, let's just draw them out. Because there's a lot of action behind us, too. And in the standard zone, like I said, you can do this to thin the herd out pretty dramatically. Yeah, here they all come. Including the streamer. Okay. That's plenty thinned out now. Go find this last person. The last zombie. Last zombie is banging on the opposite door like a moron.
Looks like we've got the infestation problem under control.
That's going so we can get the next thing that we need here. We actually don't have. Okay, we gotta wait. until the farm is done, but that means we can get a couple of our mods in. That'll take our labor out. Okay. The next one is over there on the street where we used to live. Gotcha. Let's go ahead and get the materials out of here because we've still got quite a bit of building to do.
Guess I better keep looking.
Someone has just showed up on base. Could you come talk to them?
I mean, maybe. Usually the materials long. You're going to have to wait for me to finish with my infestations first, but then yes, by all means.
Okay.
Nope, not that one. Hang on, give me my materials so that I can move on with my day. Of course, the last one I look at.
Oh, check this out.
Okay. That one, and then the other one is all the way down there. That one we might leave, because that the guy that's at our base right now is for the Zed Hunter missions, and chances are anything that I will get as a reward is something that we're going to use in the Nightmare Zone. So let's go ahead and pick off yours truly did not actually grab gas. I did grab gas, okay. Don't tell me that I forgot to grab gas. I will feel very silly if I did that. Get this infestation and then go talk to this mysterious stranger. This is a favorite technique, especially if you're uncomfortable with a lot of zombies. This is definitely the technique that I would recommend. Just lean on the horn until there's a slightly reduced number of zombies, and then you can get out and finish it off. Unfortunately, this is a multiple streamer infestation, which means that... Okay. That's good. Okay, good there. Let's refuel and then hit the mysterious stranger. We'll get that other infestation in a bit. The point is that that's the only one that's left, so... that'll give us a little bit of breathing room. Okay. Take the mark off the map. And head home. See which of these Zed Hunter items my friend here has in store for us. Scent block is one of the things that we are looking at needing to make quite a bit of for the Nightmare Zone, and we are also looking to get our hands on a decent amount of zombies. You will not see a whole lot of use of those out of me in the Standard Zone, just because I've had enough time to. It was... by the time the Zed Hunter update had rolled out, I had already learned to function without those things in the Standard Zone. But for the Nightmare Zone...
yeah, that's a bloater.
Scent block and zombie in particular, and bloater cloud grenades are the other thing. You'll see a lot of play out of those when I head to the Nightmare Zone, because I have done a little bit of research about it, and I have seen that the Zed Hunter stuff happens to be your best friend in the Nightmare Zone. And I have also learned well enough that I can't do what I do in the Standard Zone, so it's going to really force me to change up how I'm playing, because, like I said, I'm comfortable with an infestation source of zombies. That still doesn't mean I'm not going to just lean on the horn and run them over, because it's easier. Can't do that in the Nightmare Zone. Your car is made out of styrofoam and glue, and if you start hitting zombies willy-nilly, it will break very quickly. So, move up so we can get the barracks And those are the basic structures that we're going to be using for our interim base. This will give us enough beds to comfortably house our entire community. Do I have labor? I do have labor. Okay, so that should be installed. This armor we can't install a mod. Garden we can upgrade. And we'll be cutting into our materials stockpile here pretty soon now.
You know what? Post-apocalyptic life is
Okay.
not bad.
So then the next thing we're going to do is
What do you
switch.
need?
Let's just make sure that Nicholson is carrying anything on her and reload her gun, and then we're gonna let her rest.
What's up?
Next switch. We'll probably not do the Trader pre-legacy, but okay. So
You got time to chat?
I don't know that I have time for the Trader pre-legacy, so we're just worrying about the
How are you?
this is for zombies.
You got it.
Now for easily the most fun part, actually getting it. Looking to gather the plague samples.
Good to hear.
So, that's actually super convenient. We can actually do the Trader Legacy after all. Because we can just take from our own personal stores
This looks like what I came here for.
and not need to go
Excellent.
shopping.
Much obliged. I want you to have this as a sign of appreciation. Catch you in a bit.
Okay, so we got 5 jars of zombie out of that. That'll deal. Okay, so then the next thing, before I continue forgetting, and I have been dutifully continuing to forget, is to actually use my skill book on her.
That should come in useful.
Get that going. Now let's find somebody to tag along. That's Nicholson, who is literally the only person we could have found, but I actively didn't need to find. Portia is not a great choice, because she hasn't had much time to rest, but okay. Smelso must be up on the guard tower. Yeah, Smelso and Kaylee and there. It is essential. Let's go back to where it was.
It's just creating more trouble for us down the road.
Yeah. So at this point, we can go on ahead and slot in our fertilizer. And we can't upgrade this yet, because we don't have the labor for it. I don't think I have. Yeah, I can't put a mod on that. Okay. That'll be good for now. Let's go on ahead and probably let her have the other Eternal Guard's Infinite Rage for now. Because that'll save all my inventory. Okay. Let me grab gas, and we'll be on our way. We should be able to deposit one bag. While that's going. Okay. So they are, of course, as far away as possible, always. Okay, now the engine is starting to sound a little bit rough, so we'll probably be looking at doing a repair here soon. If you listen, you can hear it kind of chugging. Because we have been pretty rough on it with those infestations. But when you are leaving, it is my recommendation that you do not ever leave without both an extra can of gas and a repair kit. Because you don't know when precisely that's going to come in handy, but it is far better to have it. Put it that way. Ignore my juggernaut. We can avoid having another bloater just appear in the middle of the road. We had a feral on the side of the road. That's completely acceptable. And once again, I have managed to forget to take the damn survey car. I need to take the survey car and drive all around the map and get all of my play cards located. And I have forgotten to do that multiple times when we were driving to the opposite side of the universe. So if we go right down over yonder ways, we should find our buddy. Now, I don't do Trader pre-legacy over often, so I'm not actually sure what this entails. You should not with the ominous music there, game. No.
I'd like to make a trade.
Trade with Enclave and... Oh, we can buy any of them? We'll buy them.
Oh, hey, come on in if you want.
Because we always need medicine, and we always need
We've made good partners. I think they'll give us better prices in the future. And trade is the key to our survival.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds pretty sketchy to me.
Smells so with a warlord, bye-bye. Okay, so then, on the day, 2 labor, we need 4, so we have to actually wait for this to be done in 3 minutes, so by the time we are inbound, we should be able to do that upgrade.
I don't think we know that person.
Okay, so let's go on ahead and head on back, and we will probably be wrapping up here pretty much when we get in. We are going to be upgrading the farm and the garden. And the barracks. I believe we can do one upgrade on the barracks without anybody with construction, which is not a skill that I normally play with. We do have the bonus beds coming to us from the other enclave, so technically we don't need the barracks at all at this point, but this is how I build it typically because I'm not planning to stay here, and I'm not planning to stay here even for particularly long. So we're gonna go ahead and actually just like a decently quiet area to refuel, so. Go ahead and take the second. So we'll be upgrading our farm, our garden, and our barracks, and that will pretty much set us up for the duration of the time that we're going to be spending here on Meagher Valley. once we move to Cascade Hills, we'll be able to have a lot more fun, cool stuff. But, like I said, the point of being here has never been to stay here long term. But 2 barrels within eyesight of each other. Don't go getting ahead of yourself, game. This is still a standard zone. And what that also is incredibly unlucky. I hope that doesn't happen to any of you if you're on foot. To have 2 barrels that close together. That is super unlucky for a standard zone. And we're going to work with our medic here just a little bit more too while we finish up. Because one of the things that we want to do pretty efficiently here is actually get our trade skills their appropriate upgrades.
We just finished that big project. Well done, everyone.
Okay, barracks is up, so we'll be able to upgrade the farm. And then we're also going to get our medical specialty. Actually, what I'm probably going to do, I'm just going to repair the car now, because it's going to need it soon. Which makes more sense to just do it now. If you're low on materials, then obviously wait until the car is smoking, but I can hear it by the sound of the engine that it's going to start smoking pretty soon. Go ahead and refill it. Okay, then we can dismiss Orca.
Stay safe.
Because she still needs to recover. And then let's go to our base before we do the upgrade. Get the upgrade going, and that's going to wipe out our labor but for one thing. Load my mods. No, not that. Load my mods, please. We good.
Neighbors, I'm wondering if we could borrow some labor for a bit.
I think that was, oh yeah, so that's gonna be the last step for the surviving soldiers, and we'll get our other recruit. But for now, what we want to do is deal with our medic here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give her 1 extra medicine book for a few stars.
That should come
You see, that'll give her 3 stars. And then if we go to use the infirmary, and you're going to craft items, it is bandages that upgrade medical skills. Painkillers improves chemistry skills, which is an important distinction. I don't use bandages very much because they're slow, but we're going to keep making them to get our upgrade. Is that enough? Maybe? No. We'll do 1 more here. There we go. And for medicine, we're taking pathology. Because that will allow us to passively reduce infection. And we'll get more plague samples as drops. And craft cure and both plague cure more efficiently. So it is pathology that we need. Then we can go ahead and deposit some of our medical bags and make some room in the storage stars. What's that? How much can I actually hold on this space? I forget. Ammo, I can hold 45, so we can actually deposit a bunch of the ammo too. And now if we check out just where we're at right now, as far as food goes, we're at +1 per day, and we haven't even gotten our full upgrade. So we're actually going to hold on to the food bag, and we will have that in case one of our enclaves needs food. And the only other thing we can deposit is ammo, and I don't think we have any more of that lying around. We can move stuff now. And then because the farm is upgrading, I don't think we can install the mod into it that I currently want. We'll go drop these offhand just before I forget. We'll probably play our medic for a little while because she needs to boost her other stats. Okay, there we go. So that's that. Then is there anything else actively that must be done before I call it? This is upgrading, so I don't... Yeah, we can't mod it because it's, there's another facility action is currently active. And we don't have the labor to... We can install our... infirmary mod, and we're actually going to go on ahead and put in the biochem station. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do here, I don't actually have the labor to. For our gardener, we're going to be just using the boost yields will improve gardening. So we're going to do that to get her upgrade to agriculture. And we will be upgrading the barracks. And then we pretty much have our lives kind of built here. So next time, with all of that taken into account, and the fact that the sun is actually just starting to come up, next time, tomorrow, starting at 6th Mountain, we are going to take the survey vehicle for a spin all over the map, get the plague hearts on the map, and we're going to start chipping away at those, because that is going to be the next major goal. In the meantime, though, that is all of the time that I have. Or we have time for a zombie stage. We might also have time for a zombie stage. Sure. She needs the citizenship standing anyway. Our risk level is actually pretty low, so this will be a very small stage. And I haven't heard anything nasty running around to join the fight, so...
The Z's are on the move. They're attacking the base right now.
We'll wait for some action. I'll show you guys another little upgrade trick. This is something that I do quite a lot. When I have new recruits.
Look sharp! Here comes the next wave!
For cardio training, I will frequently just run them in a circle around the base. Literally just that. Run in circles in the base to upgrade the cardio.
We've got to hold them off!
Got some more action coming in here. Oh, there you are. Camo zombie.
Let's not get cocky. Time to prepare for the next attack.
I enjoy the fact that it said the area was cleared when it very obviously wasn't. But now it probably is. Okay. On that note, we have successfully moved, and next time we are going to take the survey car around and actually check out the map and figure out where our plague hearts are, and actually start chipping away at that. However, once again, even though it is 8 o'clock and it is time for me to log out, we're gonna go ahead and do this too.
Our team needs to expand, and you have the talent we're looking for.
Just so that the timer is running for next time.
Absolutely. We have a nearby agent who will respond shortly to your request.
figure out where that is and go and be disappointed one more time before we call it right.
Anybody call for a trained ass kicker?
Well, the good news is that it is a female agent, so in theory this is not a total waste of time, but it's going to depend on if she has one of those 2 magic skills that we need. But then I'm, for real, going to get out of here because I would like to have some daylight for the play cards.
One of ours has gone missing. Think you can find him?
Clumsy blows are swept. Okay. Go deal with that. Because we do need her to be working on her skills, so that's principally why we're going to be using her and not the
Hey, stranger.
usuals. Open the door, please. Please tell me that you have one of the things I need. Infrastructure, again! So you are here as promised, but you are still not what we need. 4 agents, and counting. So the other thing that might happen, just depending on how patient I am feeling like being with this project, because we need time to train these contractors for the Nightmare Zone, the other thing that I might do off camera is the old-fashioned, cheese to get my contractors, because we do need time to train them. And leaving this up to, you know, getting to try twice every stream with the kind of luck that I have, probably not the wisest thing. So I might go on ahead and sit in here for 40 minutes, try not to do anything too important, and get the contractors that we need for our game. On which note, this time for real, we're done for the night. Nothing else. No more distractions. So thank you all very much for joining me. I will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Mountain. We will be looking at Plague Hearts, and potentially continuing to suffer in the RNG nightmare that is getting a contractor who is both the correct gender and has the trade skills that we need. Anyway, I hope you all have a great night, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Good night.